Coming up on Fulton Today, the new campaign to rid county roads of illegally placed signs. We're on patrol with code enforcement. And we'll tell you what makes this graduation ceremony so special at the Fulton County Jail. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. Code enforcement officers cracked down on illegally placed road signs. Now, officers removed dozens of the signs on top of poles and in the middle of intersections. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega was with them as they launched their Sign Up campaign.
Shania, during Operation Sign Up, the Code Enforcement Division used 5 teams to canvass unincorporated Fulton County. The goal was to pick up unpermitted and illegal signs.
Make sure you take a photo of that sign, write down the location of that sign, and we want to make a case on that sign.
Unpermitted and illegal. The Code Enforcement Division used all its resources to gather up those signs for Operation Sign Up.
The illegal signs cause safety hazards for commuters and pedestrian people that travel up and down the thoroughfares. It causes people to stop. They blow out in the street. People nail them on telephone poles and on trees, and that's totally illegal because of lightning strikes with the metal. So that's why we remove those signs.
The team spread out for several hours and canvassed streets where illegal signs are commonly placed. Signs cannot exceed 4 square feet in size, and they have to be 20 feet away from the pavement of the roadway, except during campaign season when signs can be 10 feet away from the roadway. Removing these signs is an ongoing task.
It's a part of our everyday duties is to, as we go through the zones that we're assigned to, is remove all illegal signs during that process. So it's an everyday occurrence.
Code enforcement can take legal action, which can result in a fine for companies and individuals that continue to put up illegal signs. During Operation Sign Up, the names of many of the companies that put up those signs were documented before taken to the dump. Hundreds of illegal signs were collected and taken during Operation Sign Up. This is something the Code Enforcement Division does every day, but a special emphasis was placed for this event. Last year, 35,000 pounds of illegal signs were collected. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. If you plan on voting in the November general election, you better act fast. The registration deadline is October 6th. Registration and election officials are encouraging residents to register early.
Registering to vote early is important. It allows us to process the applications. It also allows for, in case there's a delay in the mail, for us to get the applications on time. And it allows the voter to receive their precinct card ahead of the election.
Now, in order to vote, you must be 18 years old by Election Day and a legal resident of Georgia and the county where you cast your ballot.
If you've moved or changed your name, you need to fill out a voter registration card, a new one, and send it in. It'll update the information with us, and then we can get a new voter registration card out to you as soon as possible.
You can even register online through the Secretary of State's website. Voter registration forms are available at the county government office, all Atlanta Fulton public libraries, and online at fultonelections.com. If you need more information on the process, call Registration and Elections at 404-730-7072. Some Fulton County inmates try to make good use of their hard time. A number of them took part in the special graduation ceremony for members of the K-9 Cellmates program and the jail's culinary program. Colonel Mark Adger is the chief jailer. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
So we understand that some of the inmates are trying to be productive even while behind bars. Talk to us a little bit about these inmate programs.
Well, one of the things that we try to do here at the Fulton County Jail is to release to the community someone who's going to be more productive than when they first came in. Some of the requirements for the culinary program is that they have a willingness to learn something new, and that their criminal history and their background here at the jail is conducive for our programs that retrain and reorient people for release into the community.
And then let's switch gears now to the Canine Cellmate program. What are the requirements there?
For the Canine Cellmate program, it's pretty much the same as with our culinary arts, although we do screen individuals for temperament in dealing with animals that might be difficult at times. They have to have patience. They have to be willing to learn something new every day, and they have to pretty much not only control their animal, but control themselves. As far as adopting one of the animals that successfully complete our program, by the way, that certifies the animal as being housebroken and having basic obedience training. Our volunteer partners with Canine Cellmate has a website that you can go to, caninecellmate.com, if you're interested in adopting any of the dogs that complete the program.
And Colonel, let me get your final thoughts.
We're just pleased that these particular inmates in the Fulton County Jail have made a wise decision to find ways to become productive in their communities when they return and become examples and role models to those that are around them.
Chief Jailer Mark Adger, always great information. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thanks for having me.
The Ice Bucket Challenge is on in Fulton County. Employees took part in the Dare to raise money for ALS. Participants from the tax commissioner, tax assessor, and finance departments all agreed to have the ice-cold water dumped on top of them.
Okay, go!
One by one, the employees took their turns getting doused. Although the challenge was fun, employees did it because they realized that ALS is a serious illness.
We just want to bring awareness and let people know that this disease is real, it's affecting our loved ones, our family members, and so just bringing awareness.
More than 5,000 people are diagnosed with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, each year. So far, the Ice Bucket Challenge has raised more than $80 million across the globe. And still to come, South Fulton residents speak out on issues important to them. We'll have that story and more in our district-by-district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
South Fulton residents address their elected representatives about issues important to them, and North Fulton leaders come together for a forum about poverty. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage. In District 3, North Fulton leaders come together for the North Fulton Poverty Forum. Fulton County School Superintendent Dr. Robert Avosa, along with Roswell Presbyterian Church Pastor, provided the keynote address. The North Fulton Poverty Roundtable hosted the event at Mount Pisgah United Methodist Church in Johns Creek.
Just getting to the high school diploma is going to be a difference between poverty and no poverty, right? There's all kinds of work that's been done around that. And these facts are interesting, the graphs are interesting, but I want you to think about faces. I don't want you to think about the statistics, because the reality is we see this every single day.
Almost always, the materially poor will define poverty, not in terms of the material things they do or don't have, but in terms of what it makes them feel. And I think that's so very critical. One of the most important things we can do is give people the gift of hope.
The North Fulton Poverty Roundtable addresses the growing issue of homelessness in that area and works to rectify the service gaps for that population. District 5 residents can now travel along Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and Adamsville Place Parkway with more ease. Vice Chair Emma I. Darnell, county staff, and community representatives celebrated the installation of a new traffic signal at the intersection. The roadside celebration also marked the successful collaboration between the community, the county, and the city of Atlanta.
It's extremely important that Fulton County and Atlanta and the state have come together today to take a giant step toward protecting the health and safety of folks who live in this community. Many talk the talk, but very few will walk the walk. We are grateful for the community's continuing interest in the Adamsville Regional Health Center and in this important project that we've completed today, which will provide extra safety for the clients who come here and the community that lives here.
As an engineer, I take a great deal of satisfaction in these kind of improvements because an engineer's work is really about making people safe and creating a quality of life environment and infrastructure that's safe for our citizens.
I think it's an asset for the community. There was not one close by, and this makes it more convenient for all the residents in this area.
The new traffic signal will give residents in that community safer access to the Adamsville Regional Health Center. And finally, in District 7, South Fulton residents voiced their concerns at the quarterly listening session. Commissioner William Bill Edwards, along with top county staff, listened to the issues raised by the community. While some residents praised the commissioner for his service to the area, others asked for assistance with particular needs.
And this year was my first time actually going to the Wolf Creek facility since it's been open, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere. Put it over Chastain any day. So I really love that location. But my question is, has any consideration been given to putting sidewalks? Because it's very dark at night when you're walking back to the additional parking behind the skeet shooting.
I want to take this time to thank you for your 14 years of service to South Fulton County. We haven't always agreed. As a matter of fact, we had some serious battles along the way. But I cannot honestly say you always acted in what you consider to be the best interest of South Fulton County. And as a resident here, I really appreciate that.
We felt very heartwarming tonight as many people came into the microphone and expressed their gratitude for the years that we've been here and some of the things that we have done. So we were really very, very appreciative of that. Having said that, we got down to the business of some issues that we need to do. We're going to be working hard until we can't work anymore, attending to the issues of the constituents. So that's why the listening session is still a good thing in South Fulton County, and we hope that it continues to be a good thing.
Commissioner Edwards will host one more listening session in November before his term on the board expires. Now, you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with a rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And when we come back, celebrating another successful season of the county's mobile farmers market. Stay with us.
Watching Fulton Today.
Did you know that most people do not have any warning signs of having high cholesterol? Well, that is why health professionals recommend that you get checked often. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has the story.
Having high cholesterol can lead to heart attacks or stroke. So Medical Director Dr. Matthew McKenna says you need to make sure yours is under control.
The current guidelines, which actually just came out about 3 months ago, recommend that every adult starting at age 21 should be screened for cholesterol. And then, depending on the results, about every 5 years after that.
Dr. McKenna says people 45 years and older need to get their cholesterol checked every year or two. You also need to know the difference between good cholesterol, which helps keep the arteries from getting clogged, and bad cholesterol, which causes blockages in your arteries.
They act independently. They're both important, and they're both important to measure when you see your doctor and get screened.
Your total cholesterol number is not the only concern doctors have. They also want to know your overall risk.
Doctors now have computer software available to them that can tell you what your risk of a heart attack or stroke is, and then adjust medication or any treatment based on those numbers.
Dr. McKenna says good old-fashioned healthy habits like engaging in physical activity every day, having a good diet, and maintaining a proper body weight should keep you from having to take medication. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Lynn Vaughn.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Well, over 300 people receive free produce at the Fulton Fresh Mobile Farmers Market season finale. The market closed with a special celebration at Berean Seventh-day Adventist Church with healthy treats. This is the 4th year of the farmers market that covered 24 communities in the county identified as food deserts. Fulton County Cooperative Extension gave the produce to people in need once they completed a nutrition education class. The county provided 31.5 tons of produce to more than 6,900 residents.
The growth of the program has been amazing. People they come out for the vegetables, but they come out for the information as well. We talk about food safety, we talk about storing the foods, we talk about those things that have been in the back of your cabinets for the longest and to get those out of there.
The closing celebration included music, entertainment, and booths with, of course, nutrition information. Now, you can give Cooperative Extension a call at 404-332-2400 for more information on how to make healthy meals. Registration is now underway for this year's Fulton Family 5 and 10K race. The 5th annual 5K and 10K walk and run is a part of Fulton's commitment to creating a healthy workforce. The county has events like these so that employees can stay active and healthy to keep insurance costs down so more money can go towards county services.
This year, we're focusing on joints and bone awareness. That's our awareness month. So what we're going to do different is we're going to have a large number of chiropractors as well as massage therapists available for the participants. We're going to have something really cool called Atlanta Healing Art, which deals with like a Reiki energy kind of experience. Well, again, focusing on bones and joints. So we're excited about this 5th annual walk run.
The event is open to not only Fulton County employees and their families, but the public as well. You can register the day of the event on September 13th at 8 a.m. at the Fulton County Government Center, downtown Atlanta. And still to come on Fulton Today, want to enhance your artistic ability? We'll show you where to go for help when we come back.
Watching Fulton Today.
This is the final week to register for fall classes at the county's art centers. There are classes for teens, adults, seniors, and even young ones.
We offer classes that range from 3 years to adult. So with that, we have classes that start the music and me together. You can bring your little one and your mom, or the caregiver can have a wonderful time.
Students can also take dance, drawing, pottery, and acting, just to name a few. You can take the classes at 5 locations, including the new Aviation Community Cultural Center. Classes start September 16th. You can register online and learn more about the fees at fultonarts.org. And finally, library patrons get a deeper look at the history of Atlanta before and after the Civil War. The Freedom in Atlanta event at the Central Library focused on the history of blacks gaining freedom after the war. Dr. Karshik Sims Alvarado says she used Fulton County resources in the Deeds Department and the library system to gather the information. One thing Dr. Sims Alvarado talked about was how a woman named Mary Combs was the first black landowner in Atlanta. She later sold the property for a profit and used that money to buy her husband's freedom.
We think we know a lot about Atlanta's history, but we really don't. We're just really scratching the surface. But when you begin to look at what resources are available to us, available to the public, you're able to find much more detailed information, much more intimate information about those who actually made it possible for us to be here in this space, in this city at this time.
The library system holds a variety of events just about every day. You can see the full list at afplweb.com. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs right here on FGTV. Email us at fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, find us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.